What's up, dudes and dudettes of the internet? My name's Seth, and we are back again for another Trove patch notes. ScythePlays is sick again. Seriously, this has really got to get a life and go away. But anyway, I'm not going to be wearing a jacket today because it's actually really hot out. I guess it's like a summer cold or something like that. But either way, hi, how y'all doing? Hope you're doing fantastically wonderful today. Hope this video makes that day even better, everybody. It's a pretty decent patch this week, I do got to say. I like it, even though some of the things that it has, like, it's a very buggy patch overall, and there's quite a few things that are not mentioned in the patch notes that I will instruct you all on a little bit later. We're going to be giving away information today rather than giving away a mount or anything like that, but there is a new mount in the game now, which is really cool. And either way, I would very much appreciate and ask you to Hadouken the like button for me. It helps me out so very much. And then outside of that, we're gonna get to the patch notes. So we've got Chaos Chest contents have been shaken up this week. We've got the Cinnamol. It's like a camel that's made of cinnamon. It's one of the worst puns I've ever seen, but I love it. I don't know if I personally care for the VFX. I know that they were trying to make it feel a little bit more like a cooler mount or something like that. VFX means video effects, because everybody always asks. But I very much like this mount because what does it remind all of you of? Cube World. Yup, that's what I want. That's why I love this mount. I remember, like, way early back, I was talking with Joe, and he even said, yeah, dude, remember early on you were even saying how you really wanted a camel in this game? And yeah, that's right. I totally did want a camel at the beginning of this game, way earlier in the series. Don't know if I mentioned it in a video, but I probably ended up doing that either way. Also, it reminds me of Space Station Silicon Valley, which is another game from my childhood. Either way, it's a very cool mount, albeit one thing that I really don't like is that it's another mount that's just lazily thrown into the Chaos Chest rather than just being an adventure mount. I would have loved to see two versions of this, maybe this one and maybe a darker one. That would be the new adventure mounts, because seriously, they got to get on the new adventure mounts. It's been those stupid spiders for a million zillion years. Either way, there is also wing credit sale, so you can buy wings from the store for half the credit price. Credits is real life money, so if you're not a pay to win player, then it doesn't affect you in the least. Then there is also gain 2 times battle level experience for wins in the PvP arena. Now, that's a very important thing to point out, because lots of people always misunderstand and think that it's just for playing PvP. Like, oh, I'm gonna get double battle experience while playing PvP. No, that's not the case. You're only gonna be getting double experience if you end up winning a round. And this is the case with a lot of different things in general. Now, that said, on Sunday, because it's already gonna be double XP day for PvP, you're gonna have double XP on double XP. So if there's any day of the week that you're gonna be grinding out PvP, I would say to do it then. Personally, I'm going to be playing PvP just because I find it a lot of fun lately, especially on our Hanamura map. And I've got a video of that. Wait, yeah, either way. That's going to be a lot of fun just for me on the side. I'm not going for the experience, and I wouldn't recommend you do it either, because it's extremely grindy to actually get your PvP experience all the way up. Turned on an additional arena win contest leaderboard that will last until Monday. So again, although the leaderboard is down right now, it's probably going to be fixed by the time this video comes out. They have a weekly battle arena games 1 now as well. So if you're grinding out PvP, I guess you can end up getting that. Don't know what the prizes are going to be or anything like that. Hopefully they'll have it up by with a quick little hot fix though. Gem system has gotten a slight change as well, and powered gem boxes will now contain class gem key fragments sometimes. And these are supposed to be very common, and you combine 3 of them in order to make a full class gem key, while the class gem key itself has been boosted over to a little bit of a more rare item to find. So overall, I don't know if I agree with it. I think it's a good system for new players, but the fact that empowered gem boxes are not farmable tells me, as soon as I read this, it just says, oh, so I'm getting less empowered gems and less chance for stellar empowered gems. But I have terrible RNG anyway. I've opened nearly 200 empowered gem boxes, and I barely got any stellar gems, let alone a diamond dragon egg. Seriously. They also reduced the cost when upgrading empowered gems, the dust cost, so that's actually not bad. Then there is 4 new community dungeons, Undead Hills, Radiant Lair, and a Frontier, which is the desert, has a couple new dungeons. And then there's Misc bug fixes and polish again for Uber 8 and 9. They increase the chance that when a shadow item drops, it should be of a higher level. do not confuse this with higher drop chance. You're still going to be very hard pressed to find any shadow items as a drop in general. It's just saying that they should have changed the numbers so that you end up getting a higher quality shadow item, which I can hashtag confirm that disappointingly, it doesn't seem to have made a difference, because this is a whole row of Shadow 1s, and here's a couple Shadow 2s, and I was just talking with a couple random people that were hanging out in, just U9 and Fireworld and stuff like that, and they were saying, yeah, the only things that they were getting the highest quality was Shadow 2. So I guess they messed up on their numbers, or the RNG is just, either way, the RNG is still very, very bad. The new dragons, the ones from the Extra Life Pack, that should already be in the store from a long time ago, but they're really milking the pack. Maybe it's one that they're getting a lot of money off of because people think that they're giving money towards charity, and unfortunately, because of that, the devs have not actually put the eggs into the store here for qubits or anything like that, which is disappointing. And even though it says that they ended up giving the Extra Life Dragon stats, I don't see them here in the badge section. Maybe I'm just missing it, but I really don't see it anywhere here, so I honestly don't know. Maybe it just says it on the mount itself. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, so having this dragon on launch grants a permanent 1,000 health and 10 critical damage. Okay, whatever. And then for the other one, where is he? Yeah, he's the other one I don't have. 1,000 more health and health regeneration, which doesn't really matter right now. Apparently, health regen is going to be getting a little bit of a buff and do something a little bit more stronger later on. I don't know, but either way, no magic find for those dragons. That's very important to point out. And I think, this is just a theory that I have, and I've been talking with some other people about lately, is we think that the reason that they made shadow drops less common is because the devs are currently putting in a ton of community dragons, and we're hoping that all of them are going to give more magic find, thus, you know, one step forward, two steps back, as is the Trove motto. We're hoping that it's going to end up boosting up drop rates back to what it used to be. However, that completely unaffects new players and actually makes the game a lot harder for them. So in general, I really disagree with the whole nerf drop rate system in general, but either way, that's just me. Then there is combat text now draws on top of other video effects. So sometimes you would have like the cannonballs and stuff like that, and smoke would end up covering the combat number so you couldn't actually see it. However, there's a bug right now where all of the combat numbers, each individual number is overlaying another number. So you'll see like 5, 6, 7, 8, and it just like, it just looks ridiculous. Like seriously, hopefully that gets patched, hotfixed right away rather than waiting until next week. Updated the mushroom costume for the Chloromancer so that it throws baby mushrooms instead of seedlings, just when you're throwing down your plants. They also added a new horizontal and downward draft blocks. I'm gonna show you these right here. They're crafted in the Fun Factory, same as the updraft. Their mechanics are kind of interesting. I'm very excited to see what people end up doing for different wing courses, but I, for myself personally, really want to experiment with making a more efficient game breaker cannon with the side drafts. That's going to end up being really, really powerful here, because if you, hopefully this ends up working out, if you put two side drafts beside each other and you touch them both at the same time, you actually get some pretty good speed, I'll say. So that combined with launch pads could end up being something to be reckoned with. Like seriously, you should be able to cover quite a bit of distance. Now, I want to show you a little bit of the mechanics, which of course this applies to the side draft blocks as well. But the up and down draft blocks, unfortunately, we're not gonna, like, what do you think's gonna happen? You think we're gonna stay in the center right there because Trove actually has physics? No, Trove doesn't really have any physics at all. It actually works the exact same as the transit portals. Those are the portals that you take from the club that will take you to like the PvP section and stuff like that. The way that it works is whichever block you place first. So I place this updraft block first, and then the downdraft block second. The downdraft block is completely, like, it doesn't have the effect. It's nulled by the first block placed. And this is very interesting. The updraft actually goes through the downdraft block. I mean, we're getting way too much lag because this game's insane and Canada's internet sucks lately. But either way, it's very interesting that it actually carries the updraft through the block. That's really, really cool. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or if it's a bug or something. But if we would end up removing this block now, okay, for some weird reason, somebody closed this biome, it seems. Yeah, for some weird reason, somebody closed the biome, so I don't know what the other officer is thinking. Either way, if we end up removing the downdraft block, or the updraft block, and then placing it back down, the downdraft block would then be the dominant one because it was placed down first, right? As far as the order is concerned. And that works for the side draft blocks as well. I haven't tested, but I'm sure you have the stream continuing through the side draft blocks as well. However, if you put them side by side, maybe kind of an up-down zigzag thing, maybe it could end up being really cool and have kind of an infinite flight straight through a tunnel. I don't know. Either way, very cool that they ended up adding a new mechanic block like that. It's about time. Improved performance of X-ray outlining when seeing other characters through walls and stuff like that. Then they added some stuff to diagnose why some players are missing items in the marketplace search results. They also fixed an issue that made decoration blocks draw in slower than they should have when a player has max draw distance, or at least set to 32 draw distance. I don't know if that's max. And then the mastery dragon, the dragon that you get from 300 mastery that nobody likes, ended up getting a prehistoric horn, which I have absolutely no idea what that means. Does anybody have any idea? I thought it meant he had like a horn coming out of his head, or maybe out of his side or something like that. I thought it was gonna be something cool like that, but it didn't add anything as far as I can tell. Not that I rock that dragon much, so honestly, I don't know. Then they also fixed a client crash that could happen sometimes when using Epic Pose while changing worlds. Made additional strings available to be localized, whatever that means. The tooltip for the gardening bench should now correctly display Steed Feed Seed instead of whatever else it did. Projectiles now move more slowly. I have no idea what this means. I've not noticed a single difference in the projectile movement, and especially it being smoother, I have no idea, because as far as I'm concerned, it's about the laggy servers, not about the game code. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I don't know. Maybe somebody else notices the smoothness. I haven't noticed any difference, but then again, we have attack speed like crazy, right? So yeah, Shadowhunter GG. Fixed the Dragon Link tooltip to indicate the correct number of souls that are required and how they are obtained. Relic gem boxes also fixed their tooltip to say open rather than just saying pen without the O for opening the boxes and stuff. I guess that was the case. I never really saw any of those relic gem boxes for a million years, so honestly, I don't know. But either way, that's already it for the normal patch notes, everybody, and now there is an issue going on right now with the chat text, where you can actually type a long enough message and your font will actually carry out of the message box. So hopefully that gets resolved right away. The combat number issue that I mentioned, there is also an invite bug that's been going around lately. While you can still get invited by other players, this was present in last week's patch and is more present now in this week's patch, where almost every time I get invited, it says a bunch of gibberish and then where I'm trying to be invited to. It's just a weird graphical error. I don't know what's going on. Leaderboards are down, at least at the time that I'm recording this, and class fragments, I really hope that this stays. I hope it's not a bug, but they're tradable right now, and it costs about, as you can see, very close to 200k to get 3 of them, which gives you a class gem key. That's not bad if shadow drops were still farmable, because otherwise I don't have any flux anymore. But either way, I really hope that they stay tradable, because unfortunately that was one of the biggest complaints with me and a lot of other people when they ended up having Mantle of Power come out, is for some strange reason they made almost everything untradeable in an online game. So hopefully this will stay as a tradable function, and generally I hope that it sticks around long enough that the price could end up going down a bit. However, the fact that you can't actually farm the empowered gem boxes means that it might end up staying at the same price, if not going up quite a bit higher. Either way, I opened all my gem boxes before they ended up implementing the any of those, because yeah, I didn't want to lose out on any chance of getting just empowered gems in general. And for last week's patch notes, everybody voted on, I asked you all to vote what you thought about the patch, and I kind of put in a little bit of a joke because I didn't think that the patch was really that big of a deal. There is 18% of you said it was a great patch. How is this even an answer? 18% of you said that, and then 62% of you said it was jub. So I may end up doing like a proper normal vote for today, because this patch is kind of like, it's decent. It actually like added stuff, mostly bugs, but either way, tell me what you all think. You can either tell me in the comment section below, or you can click the card in the top right hand corner of your screen and let me know, is it good, bad, or just kind of in the middle? What do you think about the patch? Either way, thanks for watching. I very much appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit the like button, share, favorite, and subscribe to join Team Pixel Sign, and stay epic, everybody.